Hello everyone and welcome. This is Christine with Kaisercraft, and today I'm here with a design team project for Scrapping for Less. Today I'll be making 4 cards using this tag set here from Kaisercraft. It's called Silver Bells Tag Pack. This is a pack of 12 tags. You get 2 designs and the twine is included, so you're getting the 12 tags plus the string / twine. There's the main design on the front, but I do love how the back of the tags do have a little bit of design. So if you wanted to use these for card making, you could use them either way, or you could obviously just use them as tags. I'll also be using some silver self-stick glitter paper from Teresa. And for my second 2 cards, I'll be using the gold self-stick glitter paper from Teresa. These papers come as 8.5 by 11, and mine came with the like in some plastic. So I liked that idea. So for my first card, I am using the glitter paper. I have this panel here that I die cut down and used in a snowflake embossing powder to create these snowflakes. And I am adding some tumbled glass distressing just to kind of make these snowflakes pop out from the panel. The silver glitter paper, I did cut down with a rectangle die, and then I used a smaller rectangle die to cut out the middle so I could use that piece for another project. Sometimes if you're using even pattern paper and you know you're going to be covering an area, sometimes to kind of conserve on paper, especially if it's pretty or expensive, is to cut out that middle piece if it's going to be covered by something anyway. So this is going to be my first layer. I'm using 110-pound white cardstock for my card base. And I just took the backing off my glitter paper and added it to my base. I was pretty impressed that the glitter wasn't coming all up on my hands, so that's why you probably saw me, checking out my hands a few times, because it was like, oh, this actually isn't getting all over. Don't get me wrong, you do get some sparkles, on your desk, but it's not nearly as bad as some glitter paper. So I added my snowflake panel with some foam tape, and now I'm going to put my tag on here. I did grab some of the twine that was included in the pack, but I just didn't think it was sparkly enough for my card. So I went ahead into my stash and grabbed this silver ribbon that I have. Now I do go from behind the tag and just kind of weave it on through, because that's pretty much the easiest way to add ribbon to tags that I have found. But this stuff kind of slides around. So I'm grabbing a glue dot to just kind of put back there to hold them in place, and also it'll add some adhesive to that top part onto my card. So hopefully that ribbon doesn't come off. So I'm going to go ahead and add that on to my card, trim down my ribbon, and we'll call card 1 done. So we're going to move on to card 2, which is super easy. I've just cut down some snowflake pattern paper that I had from a previous card kit from Scrapping for Less. I trimmed down a piece of that gold, or I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying gold. I've got that on my brain, but this is the silver. So I cut down the silver glitter paper to add a little bit of sparkle there. And then I'm going to get some ribbon for my tag. Go ahead and add that. Now this ribbon has a little bit more grit to it, so it tends to stay in place once I put it onto the tag, so I don't worry too much about adding a glue dot to the back of this one. Now I'm trying not to cover up that large snowflake that's kind of the focal point on this card, because I thought it was absolutely beautiful, but no matter where I put this tag, it was going to cover it up. So I just added the tag how I always add tags to cards and called it a day. So those are some quick and easy ideas if you need some really fast cards. Maybe you forgot somebody, maybe you were invited to something last minute and you want to bring something. So that's some great ways to add lots of holiday sparkle to something that's fairly simple. So moving on to card number 3, I am making a shaker card. Because I'm using the tag as the focal point for inside my shaker, I want my window to be the same as the tag. So in order to accomplish that, I'm just using my craft knife and I'm just going over and over around the tag and cutting out my window. And once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and put that piece aside because I'm going to actually use that on my next card. And we're going to make this card a little bit differently because the gold paper is super sticky. Anyway, I'm going to get my card base together first. This is some craft cardstock. It's 100 pound. So as you see there, I laid the glitter paper down without taking that backing off and put my tag on because that would be, I felt that was going to be the hardest part to place. So I went ahead and did that first. Now I'm going to get some acetate out, and without even thinking, I just tossed that acetate right on my project. Went to go get something. When I came back, it was stuck on there, so I had fun peeling that off. So once I got that off, I cut out a piece that of the size of that window that I needed, and I went ahead and adhered that down. Now I am bringing in my foam tape. This is just some Scotch 3M foam tape. You can use any foam tape you have, but you want to make sure that your window area is sealed so that your sequins or your shaker bits, whatever you decide to use, don't come out, you know, flying all over. I don't know why there is so much video of putting this tape on there. Actually, I do know why, because it actually took me a really long time to do because that gold glitter paper, I took the backing off, so the whole piece is super sticky. So it's kind of hard to work with. So just keep that in mind. In hindsight, I think maybe I would have taken the backing off and then maybe added some powder onto the sticky part because I really didn't need the glitter to be sticky for this. It was awesome for the acetate window though. It held that in place really, really well. So anyway, moving on to what's happening here, I'm using 2 layers of foam tape because I want those shaker bits to shake and I don't really want them to get, you know, stuck up on the top of that tag. So I am doing 2 layers. I've been doing 2 layers a lot more because I want the bits to shake a little bit more lately. Sometimes I don't mind if they don't really shake. It's personal preference. So here I have this idea that I'm going to use this twine for something like a ribbon or something. So I kind of adhere it to the back where it will go. And then I am going to go ahead and take all the backings off and add this to my card. I put my shaker bits kind of all over so that they didn't clump up in one area. And now I'm trying to figure out how to tie this, but this is actually pretty thick and it does not really tie well. I do end up getting it tied, but I'm not happy with how it looks. So I try just a knot, I cut it down, and then I'm like looking at it and I'm like, I just don't like this. So I will untie it. And then I decide, you know, I'm just going to tuck this in. We're just going to have it go right across, no bow, no knot, just as it is, because it's pretty thick itself. And just tuck it behind there. The glitter paper is pretty sticky, so I didn't have to really worry about it moving. And that is it for that card. Now this last card here, I am bringing in some Nuvo embellishment mousse. I am using a circle stencil that I received in one of the Scrapping for Less card kits, so it doesn't exactly have a particular name. And this is the first time I'm using this embellishment mousse. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be kind of dry, or if you're supposed to kind of stir it up. I do stir it up. I want it to be a little bit, I guess, creamy. I've never used it, so I don't know if this is normal, not normal. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with it. So I'm just going ahead and spreading it all over the stencil. And when I am done, I'm going to take off my tape and I'm going to go straight into the kitchen and clean the stencil and my mat because I have heard that this stuff is hard to get off once it dries. I let this sit overnight and then I'm coming back the next day just to finish up this card, which is super simple. Adding some adhesive to my tag to put on my gold glitter paper that is from the previous card. And then I am going to just adhere this whole piece to the card using taking off the backing from the glitter paper. So that is it. So we have 4 cards. They take various amounts of time, various amounts of skill. I mean, really anyone could do these if they wanted to. And we have 4 cards just made from simple tags. They really weren't that hard or complicated to do. Some were a little more time consuming than others. But thank you all so very much for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more and you're not already, please hit that subscribe button. But until next time, everyone, bye.